Okay, first we start our program, which is .c++. We go to the menu, we select file, we go to new, then we go to project. Then after this, we enter a name for the project and we choose location where we want to save it on our hard drive. Then we click OK. Then we will add a C++ file to our project. Now we go to our project, we click on it, and a C++ file in blank will appear. In the description of the video, there are some texts that you can download. You download that and you copy whatever it has and you paste it on this blank C++ file if you want to. If you don't, I'll give yourself a second just to copy it. Now let's explain the program itself, because when we see it, it looks like in Chinese or in Japanese. Well, it looks like in a lot of colors, but you get me. Now the first area, which is in blue, it's called comment, which are the first 3 lines in our program. A single line of comment is designed for C++ as a double slash, and then anything that goes after this double slash is a comment, but it must be on the same line. Basically, the comments are ignored by our compiler and they are meant for only humans to see, like you and me. Now this is very useful because if another person views our program, they will know what we are doing, and it is helpful for us as well, as if we were to work on the project months after this, we wouldn't remember, or I wouldn't, how or what we did in a very complex project. Now the next lines in our program are called Preprocessor Directives. What does this mean? They are libraries that contain easy to use codes that are put for us to use in our program. You can identify them by the dial symbol and the include. You could also identify them by the greater than and smaller than symbol. Now the next line of code is called the main function. Now this is the starting point of our program. Every program of C++ has a main. Now this main always returns a value, or sometimes it doesn't. Now as we placed int in front of it, it will return an integer value that returns a 0. In some cases you can return a number, but we'll discuss that later. Now the function is delimited by a pair of curly braces. Everything that is inside of the curly braces is our code, and it is basically the body of the function itself. Now the next word is Std String. Now this is a variable, and this represents, well, basically characters. It constructs words, sentences, texts. Basically that's the basic function of this variable. Now there's different type of variables such as integer and others, but I'll cover that later. Okay, the next lines are showing how to input and output information in our program. Basically the output, as you can see, is defined by std count greater than symbol, and the input is defined by std sin with the minor than symbol. So the output information is anything that the program itself gives to you, and the input information is information that the program will ask for. Now all this comes from the library include stream. After, you must translate it to the computer's language. How do we do that? Well, we have to compile the program by going to our menu bar and we select build and compile. After we have compiled our program, now we can run our program. This being said, let's check out how our program goes. In our program it appears, enter your first name and press enter. We type our name and it says hello Alex. Press any key to exit. We press any key and it exits our program. If we go to the directory that we saved the file in, you will find an exe, and this is the program that we have generated.